Hello world, what is up everyone? Welcome back to today's video. Now this is a video I thought I would never have to do. In fact, this is just something that I didn't even think was possible. If you're a true skincare lover like me, I'm sure you are in the skincare community, I'm sure you've already heard by now that the brand Clarisonic is shutting down as of September 30th, 2020. Just let that sink in. Recently, the owners of the Clarisonic brand, which is L'Oreal, announced that they were closing Clarisonic to focus more energy on their core offerings, more makeup and skincare, and less in technology and facial cleansing brushes. I am truly shocked that this is happening. Clarisonic was really the first facial cleansing brush on the market that transformed the entire category. I mean, a decade ago, they really paved the way in facial cleansing brushes. Now, a lot has changed since then. Today, I wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about all of the things that have happened over the last decade that have ultimately led to Clarisonic's demise. It's been a bunch of little things that just kind of keep adding up until I feel like Clarisonic just could not take it anymore, and L'Oreal was like, you know what? Let's pull the plug on this because by now we've just done so much damage, things have gone so far. Let's just close this venture altogether. Now, if you've been following my channel since the very beginning, if you are a true OG, you guys know I actually started my channel using a Clarisonic, but over the years I completely transitioned out of Clarisonic and into foreo products, specifically the foreo Luna line. Right now I'm using the Luna Mini 3, which I absolutely love, but if you've been following me since the very beginning, you know that I started with Clarisonic products, and I believe that it's the same reasons why I transitioned from Clarisonic into foreo products as the reason why the brand is shutting down. Ooh, as a side note, stick around until the end of the video because I'm also going to share with you guys how to get a credit toward a foreo product. Now that Clarisonic is closing, they're actually offering previous Clarisonic owners a credit on a new foreo Luna device, so make sure you stick around until the very end because I'll let you guys know how to get that credit. Okay, so let's go all the way back in Clarisonic's history and really talk about where the brand came from. Now, before L'Oreal bought Clarisonic, Clarisonic was made by the same inventors of the Sonicare toothbrush. Who knew? The Philips Sonicare toothbrush. But before Philips bought the Sonicare toothbrush, this group of inventors made the toothbrush and sold it to Philips. This same group of inventors made the Clarisonic and then sold it to L'Oreal, which really is not surprising because the Philips Sonicare toothbrush, which I actually use and love, side note, great toothbrush, but it was the same technology that was applied to the Clarisonic cleansing brush. Now, when L'Oreal bought Clarisonic, L'Oreal had no previous experience in beauty technology or technology in general. They focused on skincare, on makeup, so this Clarisonic brand was completely new to them and was a huge learning curve. Right off the bat, L'Oreal didn't have a proper plan in place, having previous experience in the technology market when they took on the Clarisonic project. Now, a really interesting way that L'Oreal launched Clarisonic into the market was first through dermatologist offices. So this actually gave Clarisonic more recognition and kind of a leg to stand on. If you didn't watch last week's video, also side note, talking about dermatologist tested and dermatologist recommended, this is a tactic that a lot of companies use to kind of prop up their product, associating it with a dermatologist. This is exactly what L'Oreal did with Clarisonic, launched it through dermatologist offices first, and then funneled it down through things like Sephora, the shopping network, and Ulta. Now, as soon as the Clarisonic entered the market at Sephora and Ulta, this is when Clarisonic started to see some major competition. So I'm sure you guys have seen many cheaper versions of the Clarisonic at places like Target, Walmart, TJ Maxx, Winners. I have seen countless dupes of the Clarisonic. Now, of course, they don't have the same technology as the Clarisonic because that is patented, but the brushes look almost identical. And to someone who's not into skincare and didn't understand the difference between those cheaper rotating brush heads or the sonic technology in the Clarisonic that vibrates, really didn't know the difference between a cheaper cleansing brush or the Clarisonic. So that took a huge bite out of Clarisonic's marketplace. And of course, Clarisonic's biggest competitor that burst onto the scene in 2014, which was foreo with their Luna line. Foreo quickly blew past Clarisonic and made $1 billion in sales and claimed to be the top beauty tech company in the entire world. This was not good news for Clarisonic. Now, the reason why I believe foreo overtook Clarisonic is the same reason why I transitioned from Clarisonic to the foreo Luna. Ultimately, there were a few different things that happened in the marketplace and in my personal life, which I think is a reflection of the market. I think that the biggest first thing that happened is actually this here on YouTube, skincare on YouTube. I think as skincare on YouTube took off, you actually saw more influencers and heard more perspectives of skincare about how using a Clarisonic twice a day can actually inflame your skin, making it worse. Now, Clarisonic did claim that their brush heads were gentle enough to use twice a day, morning and night, and I actually fell victim to this for a very long time. In fact, I fell victim to this for years when I first started using the Clarisonic. I used it morning and night. Over-cleansing your skin can actually lead to more damage in the long run. It can lead to inflammation, redness. That was something that I never thought about before until I started watching more skincare videos here on YouTube and hearing more experiences from real people. So not only did skincare influencers seem to be using the Clarisonic less and using the more gentle foreo products, but also something else that really stopped me from buying more Clarisonic products was their disposable brush heads. Now, this is a two-part thing too. One, I hated buying the disposable brush heads because they were really expensive. They were like a quarter of the price of the actual device itself, which drove me crazy because the Clarisonic is very expensive in the first place. And then to keep buying replacement brush heads, I mean, that really added up. I had a Clarisonic for years. I don't even want to think about how much I spent in replacement brush heads. But aside from the money, the real reason why I didn't want to buy the replacement heads anymore is because I didn't want that impact on the environment. The more I started to think about, and when I think back how many brush heads I've thrown in the garbage, how much plastic I've contributed to the environment, that was the initial reason why I stopped buying replacement brush heads and transitioned into foreo products, because you don't have to buy that replacement brush head. Now, for this exact reason, I do believe that that is one of the main reasons why Clarisonic is closing. I just think that people don't have the money to keep buying replacement brush heads, especially right now. The economic climate out there is crazy. People do not have that extra cash. But B, people do not want to pollute the environment anymore, especially here on YouTube when it comes to skincare. People are really starting to talk about the environmental impact of beauty and skincare products on the environment. And really, these replacement brush heads are just a waste of plastic, making a horrible impact on the environment and a horrible impact on my wallet. I feel like the consumers were just done. Okay, now the true tea and what I think is actually the biggest impact of what made Clarisonic close down was their lack of innovation. Clarisonic has been around for a decade, and look at their cleansing devices. They're essentially the same. They've made slight modifications, they've made the handle shorter, they've delved into men's Clarisonic, but it's very clear to see that Clarisonic just did not keep up with innovation in any aspect. So they were polluting the environment, the brush heads were very expensive, and then they started to develop this reputation online from skincare influencers that they were actually harsh on your skin. So all of these things combined did not look good for Clarisonic and is what I believed ultimately led to their demise. Hey guys, editing Trevor here from the future. I'm editing the video and I just realized I forgot to mention something very important. One of the other main reasons why I started using the Foreo Luna was because 3 of my previous Clarisonics had broken. My original Clarisonic, the battery stopped charging. My second Clarisonic, there was a piece broken inside the machine that was rattling around, and then the battery on my third Clarisonic also broke. So I was so devastated and I couldn't believe that all 3 of my Clarisonics broke. That was another really important reason why I started using the Foreo products. I just needed to get that in there. I can't believe I forgot to mention it, but that was another very important reason. It's so confusing to me how such a large company with great profits in the beginning, that really shows how ruthless the beauty industry, the skincare industry is. Innovate and keep up, or adios. Okay, all that being said, if you're a Clarisonic user, like I was, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? I won't be able to get my brush heads to, pollute the environment, spend my extra cash. What am I gonna do? Well, I think it's time that you switch from a Clarisonic to a Foreo Luna device. And what's really cool is right now, Foreo is offering a credit toward a purchase of a new Luna or a new Luna Mini. I mean, hello, you can get like $50 off a Luna. Sign me up. I'll have a link down below linked to the Foreo website where you can upload a picture of yourself and your old Clarisonic device, and Foreo will give you a credit toward a new cleansing device. I feel like this is a win-win situation. This is the perfect time if you're a Clarisonic user to switch over to a Foreo product. They're made of 100% super soft, hygienic silicone. There's going to be no bacteria buildup, no replacement brush heads needed. It's a one-time investment. I've actually done a review on the Foreo Luna Mini 3. I'll I'll have that link down below. Check it out. If you're an old Clarisonic user, this is the perfect time to switch over to foreo, use that credit, take advantage of it. So as sad as I am that Clarisonic is shutting down, I do believe that all the same reasons why I transitioned from the Clarisonic over the years to foreo products are all the same reasons why Clarisonic is shutting down. They just weren't innovative. There was those replacement brush heads. They were super expensive. And you know what? It just caught up to them. And boo, here's your special treat for sticking around until the very end. Romeo and I love and appreciate you so much. Thanks for watching until the very end. Give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.